Breaking news concerning the new home of the Battleship Texas. She's homeless.
Port officials also pointed to concerns regarding the agreement with the Battleship Texas Foundation. Yarbrough said the board was particularly concerned with the foundation's financial situation and whether it could afford to relocate the ship to the proposed location from Gulf Copper Shipyard, where it remains after being moved from near the San Jacinto Monument for repairs.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it for 10 damn years. Ain't I been saying it, Miguel? Huh? I've been saying it.
What? What? I mean, WFT what? They have spent how much money? 70, 80 million dollars, and she doesn't have a home? Let's check into this further. Let's check out a couple newsreel releases. Now, I'm just going to let these play through. They're audio only, but I'm going to sit here quiet, if I can, and we'll just listen to this together. Oh. There you go. Wouldn't want you to miss out on the best it can be. All right, let's listen to this together. I'm gonna try my hardest to stay quiet. You guys know how I feel about Bill. You guys know how I feel about the foundation. So, my best. I'm trying my best to stay quiet, and we'll just listen to this.
Story by John Lomax V., writer for the Houston Chronicle. The Battleship Texas, one of the last remaining vessels to survive both World War I and II, will not be docked at the port of Galveston's Pier 19, the port's governing body decided Tuesday. The Galveston Wharves Board of Trustees entertained a motion in October of last year to bring Battleship Texas to Pier 19, along the Galveston Channel and Harborside Drive, near the island's cruise terminals, historic seaport, and several restaurants. 3 entities, Landry's Inc., the Battleship Texas Foundation, and Galveston Wharves, would be tasked with maintaining the 573-foot ship as a tourist attraction and museum. But the owners of Katie's Seafood Restaurant at Pier 19 objected, saying the deal would both block their restaurant's view of the water and create an emergency hazard in the event of a hurricane. During Galveston Wharves' monthly meeting Tuesday morning, first reported on by the Galveston County Daily News, Trustee Jim Yarbrough cited irreconcilable differences between supporters and detractors and introduced a motion to kill the deal. It was unanimously approved. During the public comment portion of the meeting, Derek Gutierrez, manager of operations for Katie's Seafood Restaurant at Pier 19, said the move would have exacerbated existing concerns regarding Galveston's economic recovery from Hurricane Beryl. As you know, we've had a bunch of hurricanes rolling through the Gulf, and it's really messed us up economically here in Galveston. A lot of restaurants are closing, Gutierrez said during the meeting. Galveston is dealing with all these problems. The flooding that we're having, the economic downturn we're having, and then you have your channel blocked as well. You're really going to put us in a bad spot. Gutierrez started a petition in late May urging officials to reconsider the proposed plan. It's since received more than 2,700 signatures. Port officials also pointed to concerns regarding the agreement with the Battleship Texas Foundation. Yarbrough said the board was particularly concerned with the foundation's financial situation and whether it could afford to relocate the ship to the proposed location from Gulf Copper Shipyard, where it remains after being moved from near the San Jacinto Monument for repairs. We've never been satisfied with financial status of the foundation, Yarbrough said. We want to ensure that the foundation has the money to take the battleship from its current location at Gulf Copper over to the proposed site out here. Staff from the Battleship Texas Foundation were also in attendance. Foundation Chairman Thomas Parrish said the agreement would have been an economic boon for the area. The economic impact has been and will be incredibly significant to the port, and we hope that we can reach resolution on this very quickly, he said. Anthony Gregory, another representative for the Battleship Texas Foundation, said a study conducted by Deloitte found the attraction would have brought in around 250,000 visitors a year. That equated to roughly $400,000 to $500,000 a week, he claimed.
Okay, so they're claiming that they've got a lot of damage down there from Hurricane Beryl. Those of you that live in the area and go down there regularly know that there's damage, but whether it's massively destructive damage, no, it's not. Flooding on Galveston Island, no, not happening. Blocking the view of the bay, or not the bay, but the channel at Katie's Restaurant, and they're talking about Pier 19. We've always heard Pier 21, but maybe it's somewhere in between the two. No idea, because Foundation's never really said. Other than Pier 21. It used to be Pier 21, now Pier 19. Maybe next week Beaumont. Who knows? Who knows? But that would block the view of the channel from Katie's Restaurant. And I imagine people do go there for the view. Although it's, across from a shipyard where they're working on ships. It's not like looking out over crystal clear blue waters in Florida or Hawaii or something like that. You're looking out over Galveston, dirty ship channel, muddy looking water most of the time. So it's not really that much of a view. But big metal gray wall there is less of a view. I can understand that. However, I believe it would draw a massive amount of tourism into the area, and Katie's Restaurant, along with everybody else in that area, would pick up business from that. But they know their business. I don't know their business. All right, you will notice here that the audio and the video have both changed. That is because my camera battery went dead in the other camera, and I had to switch to a different camera. So, as I was saying, the foundation, let's just go over my quick memory of the foundation and where I have issues, and a lot of people have issues with them. Now, I'm not saying the foundation has done nothing good, and I've never spoken bad about the volunteers. Every one of the volunteers, I have no doubt, put in a honest day's work for no pay, maybe free food every now and then. But I have no issues with the volunteers whatsoever. My issues are with the foundation itself, and a few of them are okay too. I know a few of the volunteers. I am related to one of the volunteers, so I know the story of the volunteers, and I put no blame on volunteers for anything whatsoever. As a matter of fact, their opinions are not even considered in these kinds of decisions. So my problem is with not even all, but some of the foundation board members. Brief history of what I can remember of the board and the decisions they've made. And if you can remember others, put it down in the comment, because I'm an old dude who drinks root beer, and I may forget something. My problems with the foundation first started when they were about to move the ship from San Jacinto to Galveston. As you'll recall, they not only shut down the park, wouldn't let anybody in to watch the move, they also shut down the roads leading into the park, so you couldn't even get close. They did it early in the morning, which is okay. I mean, you do need as much time and much daylight as you need, or as much daylight as you can get to take on such a project, so that's understandable. But because they shut down the park, nobody could get in there to watch the move, unless you knew somebody or were a family member of somebody. Those two people could buy tickets to get into the park. That's right, tickets, family, friends, and no general public tickets. You could get in and watch the move. Now, I say it was friends and family because it was never advertised on their Facebook page that you could buy those tickets until like hours before, when they were all sold out. And it was never put out to the general public. They may have said something in a meeting, but there ain't no general public in their meetings, and if there is, it's not news people or YouTubers that would get the news out that you could buy those tickets. So I became thoroughly convinced, and still am, that those tickets were sold only to friends and family of board members. I did drive up there, and I have never posted that video. Maybe I should. Maybe I will. But I did drive up there at 3 o'clock in the morning and tried to get into the park. And the park was shut off by so many police officers that you would have thought the president was in there giving a speech. There was no getting past that. And the road was blocked off so far back away from the park that there was no flying a drone in to get to that. Plus it was dark, which would not have been a good idea anyway, because I'm not familiar enough with the high wires that are out there. So I wouldn't want to fly in one of those anyway and ruin my drone. But for somebody that wanted to and had the proper licensing to do so, like I do, you could have flown out there. But it was too far away. I would say it was probably about 2 miles from where the ship was to where the roadblock was. So, in a straight line. So, there was no flying out there. Now, all that being said, then we come to the ship at Gulf Copper. It's in dry dock. I was there at Seawolf Park when it went past being towed, going to Gulf Copper. I was there. A lot of people were there. A lot of people were there. Tom was there. Kylie was there. Garnet was probably there. Third Coast Drone, he was probably there. That was not a secret because it had been an all-day thing in the news everywhere. So once they get it there, get it on the dry dock, start working, get ready, months and months and months, a year later, get ready to take it off the dry dock, they keep that move secret. They would say it's probably just conducting business normally, but I would say that if you would let people know that those moves are going to be done, we can put out some videos on that and get some recognition for the ship. That is my number one complaint about the foundation. They have 0000, and I ain't talking about 007. They have zero PR in there. They have no public relations person, or if they do, they need another one. They put out things every now and then on their Facebook, rarely on their website, unless they're trying to say something. And things on their Facebook are not very informative. They say we have to wait for Coast Guard approval. We have to wait for this approval, that approval, this, that, the other thing, which I'm sure that's all true. I know that's all true. But when you get those things, you can let the rest of us know. You don't just keep it to yourself, keep it secret. You don't get those permissions and then go 30 minutes later, a day later, 3 days later. You get those permissions and you go maybe a week later. But not the foundation. Foundation wants everything secret, like, World War II still going on, and what's going on with the USS Texas got to be kept secret from the German submarines or something, I swear. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I've been ranting and raving long enough about the foundation. I'm pretty sure everybody knows how I feel about the foundation. And I know pretty well how a lot of you feel about the foundation. And I know a lot of you think I'm wrong. That's okay. You can think I'm wrong. That's okay. Everybody's perfectly legit to have their own opinion, including this old dude. Now, there's a lot of people that agree with me. A whole lot of people. And one last thing. Come November 24th, the foundation is going to open up tours of the battleship where she sits right now. These tours are a lot cheaper than the previous tours. These tours are $75 a head. They say they're going to last about an hour to an hour and a half long. And this time you can take video. Before you could only take photographs. Now it's photos or videos. Required clothing is long pants, no dresses, nothing short, no shorts, nothing that exposes any leg skin. Long pants, full-length shirts, long sleeves. They're going to issue safety glasses and hard hats. And I believe, oh, no open-toed shoes. So wear yourself some good moving around shoes, because there's going to be a lot of walking, a lot of climbing. Stairs, no climbing ladders, all stairs. So it should be a great tour. I'm sure I'm on the blacklist, but they still want my money, so they won't keep me from going. Tom, you're probably still on the blacklist from before. Third Coast Drones. Bruce is gone, so maybe we're not on the blacklist? Nah, no, we're on the blacklist. Third Coast Drones, he's on that list. Kylie, a Marine, served on an aircraft carrier. She's probably on that list because she likes the rest of us. No, I'm just kidding. There is no list. There is no list. There is no list. Is there a list? I don't think there's a list. No, there's not a list. Is there a list? I was joking before. Now I'm wondering. I don't know. There is no list. I can't prove there's a list. I don't think there's a list. There ain't no list. If you got any comments, put them in the comment section below. And like I say, I know a lot of you disagree. Just don't call me names, man. Names don't hurt me none, but it's degrading to you. You know what I mean? My skin is thicker than most people's tongue is sharp. So if you want to cut me down, you want to say stuff to me, you go right ahead. It's not going to bother me none. It's just going to make you look foolish.